So, hmm. Hey, fam, how you doing? Y'all doing okay? I thought I'd talk for a little while before I set up my silent stream. Thank you for coming. I hope all is well with y'all in Canada. It is so sad what happened to Kobe Bryant and his family and the people that lost their lives as well. That's a horrible feeling. Very, very horrible. Horrible. But I can say he knew his purpose. He came and did what he was supposed to do. He made an impact on the world, around the world. But it's still sad that, you know, that happened. So many lost their life. And, I think that, each day that God gives us, I think that we should, you know, really, really love on our family, love on people, be kind to people, speak to people, um, do whatever you can to encourage and uplift. That was a horrible tragedy. And I can only imagine how his wife feels, his parents, Kobe Bryant's parents, and not to mention his children. Mm, that's that's heartbreaking. And you know, it's sad, but you know, he lived his life to the fullest. And he's a great father, husband, and life gone, you know. And I always say death is a mystery. And the reason why death is such a mystery is because we know the day, time, all the way down to the second. Hey, Heaven Sent, how are you, love? Thank you for coming to my live stream. Heaven Sent, are we connect? You know, y'all come up in here. Hey, niece. Hey, baby. Hey, how you doing, love? Look at that fun with the girls. Hey, y'all. Y'all doing all right over yonder? It's good to see y'all. I'm halfway there. I gotta keep pushing. I'm almost there to my watch time. So I'm just keep going. I just didn't feel like it yesterday to set it up. But because I miss y'all. But yeah, I miss being in y'all live stream. Yeah, I miss seeing y'all. But I try to make it over there whenever y'all upload a video. I think um let me see if it's gonna come up. There it goes, pop on. It's been coming here. So every time the weather be kind of bad, it messed with the internet service. It's on. It popped off, but it popped back on. Fun with the girl. Yeah, Heaven said thank you for coming. Heaven said I don't even know if I'm connected to you. You might be connected to me, but I don't remember if I'm connected to you. Check while I'm sitting here running my mouth. Running my mouth because you've been over here twice. And I don't know if me and you. Oh no. Um I gotta grab you, baby. I'm gonna grab you in a few minutes. Soon as I mute myself and set up my side and screen, I'm gonna go to I got the channel pulled up and not where you probably connected to me, but I'm not connected to you. 'Cause I don't see you. I mean I see you. I'm looking at the channel and I wanna grab I grab my pen. Is I'm buffering. You ain't got no. Oh, there you go. Um, I'm a grab you in just a minute, baby. Cause you came into my stream number because I remember you from coming in. Oh, hey, B, hey. Oh, that's niece. That's Bree. Um, girl, I don't know how I blocked, but I unblocked you. I don't know who blocked you. But yeah, you was blocked. And I went when I seen you was blocked, I unblocked you, Bree. And I didn't because you kept telling me that and I couldn't figure out how you got blocked, child. I ain't gonna block you. But yeah. So Heaven Sent, I got you, baby. I got you pulled up. And soon as I stop talking in a minute, I'm a grab you, okay? I gotta watch your video. Um, watch your video, and then I'm gonna leave you a comment, and I'm a grab. Yeah, oh yeah. You know what? I changed it because you missed my panel, niece. You missed my panel about lupus. I met another young lady who has lupus, but she wasn't diagnosed the way I was diagnosed. She got endometriosis and scardosis. Endometriosis and scardosis. Um, that's part of lupus. And A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not know that lupus bring on other ailments. So you missed my panel. I had a live panel last week, last Tuesday, Bree, talking about lupus and how it affects women of color. And you all got to be mindful of that because it's in our race. Our race and Hispanics, men do get it, but it's very rare. But anyway, me and her connected when she had her hysterectomy. And I went over to her channel and I sat there and I watched her video. And she had whenever I see the color purple, I always, you kind of get a clue because that's the color of lupus. The color is purple. That's why I changed my channel and put it the purple paisley, um, the lupus effect, because somebody came into my life. People was telling me that when I changed it just to purple paisley, it was other people with that purple paisley. So what I did, I added the lupus effect to the end of mine to separate me from everyone else. And so that's what, and I did the panel with, it was me and her. She told how she was diagnosed with lupus. Y'all have to go back and watch that. It's very educational, because since, let me see, I've been diagnosed with it almost right at 30 years. So when I was diagnosed in 90, around 93, 93, 94, somewhere around in there, no later than that. They diagnosed me, but I had all the obvious signs. Like I had the first sign is the butterfly rash. So I had all the visible signs. And what people don't understand about lupus bring on other diseases, other because it attacks the body. It's an autoimmune disease. So when you think of autoimmune, you have no immune system. So we don't have red blood cells. We have a lot of white blood cells, and you need both to fight off infection. So when you have an autoimmune disease, you don't have uh, immune system, and so lupus take your immune system. It robs women of their fertility. Because when I met her, she went through her hysterectomy a couple of months ago. Well, at the age of 44, I think I was 44, 40, somewhere up and down. Yeah, somewhere up and down. But I had my hysterectomy early, you know, and because I had fibroids really, really bad. And so they were so bad that my cycle was long and heavy. And I bled so much that I became anemic. And I would have to go in every other month to get a blood transfusion. That's just how low my blood would get. And so I never forget, uh, I think I started getting blood transfusions in 2000 and 2002, 3, somewhere along up in there. And I would have to go into the hospital. I go in on a Friday. I stay there the whole weekend because they had to get my blood count up to, because your blood count's supposed to be between 12 and 14. Well, mine would get all the way down to a 7. That could have shut my body down. At the time, I did not know that. When they finally diagnosed me with lupus, and I went to my rheumatologist, the rheumatologist that specializes in the disease and rheumatoid specialist, um, you know, they when you have lupus, they check your kidneys and your liver and your blood count. So my blood count, when he checked my blood count, it was like 7 point something. And I never forget they sent a letter to my house because they claimed that they had been trying to get in contact with me because the doctor was, my specialist was so scared that I was going to pass out or my body was going to shut down because my organs weren't getting enough blood because my blood count was so low. And so um, finally they got in contact with me, um, and they told me you need to go to the hospital right away. Just go through the emergency room. And at the time, it was Park Plaza Hospital. That's in the medical center of Houston, downtown, where all the hospitals and everything is. It's in the museum part of the city downtown in the medical center. And they told me I needed to go right away. Yo, everything is already there. Just go in through the emergency room, and you're gonna have to stay there to get your blood transfused because your blood is extremely low. And at that time, that I was talking to my specialist, and he said, "I don't know how you've been walking around like this. I need you to go right away. I don't need you to give me no excuses, any of that. You need to go right away." And so I went in, and I never forget. That's what started me having blood transfusion. So every other month, from 1 month to the next, I would go. They would draw my blood and look at my blood count, and then they would send me on to the hospital. I would always go in on a Friday after work and just stay there the weekend and get my blood brought back up, and then I do it again the next month and stuff like that. So finally, my rheumatologist told me that we can't keep doing this. Just make ready. He said, "You want? I'm gonna have to send you to a OBGYN, and we need to find out what's going on with you and why your blood count is so low." And so I went over to the. He sent me there to the OBGYN, and she did an ultrasound. Um, Come back, told me you're gonna have to have, you know. She asked me how many children I had. Do I plan to have any more? And at that time, I told her, "Nick, mm-mm, mm-mm, uh-uh, I ain't having no more children." And so she say, "Well, the way it looks, you're gonna have to have a total hysterectomy." And so I went in, I had that. And right after I had that, I had to go in, have my knee replaced. Then after that, they wanted to get both knees, but he only did one because he said that the recovery is bad, long, it's a long recovery, and it take a lot from you, and uh, so he just did one at a time, which I'm glad. I'm happy for that because I didn't know I was gonna have to go through all that. But right after I had that done, um, they do a bone density test on you too, because lupus have arthritis hooked to it, and they do a bone density test on you too every year. And when they did that bone density test, that scanned your whole body from your head all the way down. When they did that, they found out that arthritis had got in my spine from my neck all the way down to my tailbone, and they diagnosed me with osteoporosis of the spine. So I ain't really got no spine because the arthritis is eating it away, eating the bones away. Because you got them spaces in your spine, and so that's where. Hey, Danny. Hey, baby. How you doing, love? Thank you for coming. Um, you got the you had them spaces. You got the spaces in your in your spine, and so arthritis sit in those spaces, and so in the joints of the spine. So um, I guess it's been 2 years. I guess that I had back surgery, spinal surgery on my back. They went in and I had a bulge, some disc that was bulged in the back of my back, and so I couldn't stand straight up, nor could I, nor could I had numbness in my left side, and so all the way down my left leg, and they sent me that they did a ultrasound, and they told me that you gonna have to go to a neurosurgeon. So they sent me over there. When I got over there, he told me that I couldn't stand straight up either. So they told me that you gonna have to have surgery. So I had back surgery and everything. Good child. And so Bree, you missed the girl named D Sensation. Y'all go over there and subscribe to her channel because she got a good channel. Her name is DEE. Let me write it in the chat. Sensation. Y'all see, go help out. I I when she was on the panel, when she was on the panel with me, um, she gave her story and she told about how she was diagnosed. And y'all missed it if y'all didn't get a chance to see it. That's a channel named Be Sensation. But she smiled too. Y'all go over there and subscribe to her channel and help her out. She I ran across her video and she did a video about her hysterectomy and endometriosis. And when I ran across her video, she was getting ready to have surgery. And I left her a message, and that's how paths crossed. She was on my panel last Tuesday, and she talked about how she was diagnosed. It's very me and her, because I was telling her that in Texas, like we have an advocate, like I have an advocate that you know you buddy up with other people that have lupus, and so it helped you out because that buddy system. They call, they check on you if you go in the hospital. They there with you. They call you, you talk, you do a lot of stuff, and then the month of May. Oh, you know her, 4SK. Yeah, yeah, but ain't too many people went subscribe to her channel. So I wish y'all go over there. She a nice girl. Go over there and help out. She was on here. She talked about how she was diagnosed, how they misdiagnosed her, and me and her buddied up because that's what you do when you find people with the same disease, and this disease has no cure. And um, people don't realize that disease have brought on other diseases, other health health issues, because in 2004 is when fibromyalgia came on the scene, and lupus brought on fibromyalgia. Now, and as I told y'all once before, fibromyalgia. Yeah, she amazing. Yeah, yeah. You gotta have a lot of strength. You really got to you gotta think out of your box. And that's what I tell people. You know, people ask me how you deal with all that. I tell them my faith is one. Um, and then, I don't dwell on, stuff that's depressing. I don't, I don't operate my mind that way. So um, I I keep pushing, because my children already lost. They lost their father. My husband died at the age of 56. And come this March, it'll be 10 years. And not only that, my children lost uncles, their grandparents, and I fight every day. People don't understand that we really fight daily to be here, because lupus takes so much from you as a woman, period. And her and I, she came on the panel and she told her story. And I wanted people to hear it because I wanted people to know that, especially women of color, that, you know, your body, the signs, it's such it's a disease that puzzles the doctors, okay? And if you don't pay attention to obvious signs, um, you could be walking around here with the disease itself. I met another young lady, the Amanda Show. I was in her live yesterday. I came in and she say, hey, Purple Paisley. I say, hey, baby. I say, this is the first time I made it to your live. I say, how you doing? And she told me, she read my type, read my name, and she say, "Oh, you have lupus, huh?" She say, "That's why I connected to you. I came across one of your videos. You were talking about the disease." I say, "Yeah." I say, "You have?" She say, "No, my mother died from it." I say, "Girl, get out of here." But see, people don't realize that you know um, it puzzles the doctors. I'm I've heard doctors tell me that that it'll sit dormant. I mean, it's in remission. Lupus don't go into no remission. It don't go in no remission. It lies dormant in the body and it eats away at your organs. So I don't know why that doctor kept telling me, "Oh, you in remission." I'm like, I ain't in no remission. But man, bye. And I had to like go through doctors. Y'all don't know, when people have uncurable diseases, you got to learn this thing, and I've been dealing with this thing for a minute now, but I thank God because I done had some good doctors, and the first thing I like when my insurance changed at the first of the year, I always make sure that I stay with the same rheumatologist. And if I have to change rheumatologists, I the first my first question when I call into that office, I ask them, do this doctor specialize in lupus, in the disease lupus? Because I want them to know. And if they don't, that's fine. I'll move on. I keep going till I find somebody that specializes in the disease. Because all rheumatologists do not specialize in the disease lupus. So I had to because I want to be here for my children, and y'all know My oldest gonna be 32. He the only one married. Then my 28-year-old. I ain't got no grandchildren, and I'm sitting up here waiting on my grandchildren. Yeah, I am. 'Cause I'm gonna spoil them riding, then send them back home. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you, I'm gonna spoil them riding and send them on their way. Uh-huh. Yeah, I am. And so I'm waiting on my grandchildren. So I'm fighting to stay here. And people don't understand that. But y'all, it was a great live. Um, it was very educational. Like I say, y'all need to go back and really hear her story because it'll give you insight on the disease because, like I say, it don't affect everybody the same. And it you know it takes a minute. Yeah, it take a while before you run across the right doctor that say, "Oh, this is what," because some people have visual signs and some people don't. I was just one who had the obvious sign, and the obvious sign for me it was the butterfly rash. I had the butterfly rash in my face. And that's how I was diagnosed. I went to a doctor, little funny looking doctor, y'all. He was so funny looking. He was up the street from my house. I never forget. He was a little short, scrunchy beard, had a little scrunchy beard, wore glasses. I looked at him kind of strange, but I say, "Oh, okay, let me be quiet because I'm sick." And cause by then I had started I felt like I had a cold, but I didn't have a cold. I didn't have a cold. It was the inflammation in my body attacking the sac around my lungs. And when he got in there, the first time he ever met me, when I got in that examining room and he came in, the first thing I ain't wear glasses then, y'all. And the first thing he noticed was that butterfly rash. And he knew about the disease. And so he looked at me and he say, how long you had that rash on your face? I say, "Oh, it come and go." He say, "Is it itching?" I said, "Yeah, it itch." He say, "How long it been there?" I say, "Well, I ain't coming here about this rash. I come in here because I'm sick." I thought I had the flu or something. And so he say, "Now I'm trying to tell you something." I say, "Well, what is it that you're trying to tell me?" I say, "Because I really ain't come up in here for this rash. Oh, it come and go. It been here for years. I don't know. Look, I don't know. It just appeared, you know." And so finally, when he let me get through talking, "Hey, Jaden, you ain't new to my channel, child. I just changed my name, child. Yeah, you ain't new. You been here. You ain't new. I know who you is. I just changed the name to my channel. But yeah, you been here. I know who you are. You ain't new." Um, but yeah, when he look, he said, "Let me tell you something. You ever heard of lupus?" I told him, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, that's the first sign, and I'm gonna send you out to a specialist." And when he sent me out, he sent me to he was the number one at that time. I don't see Dr. Pilgrim anymore, but he was the best in the state of Texas, and he the one who told me about. And it's genetics. Y'all got to know it's genetics. It's not nothing you catch. You don't get it getting drinking water or eating food. You don't get lupus that way. It's a genetic trait. So it can run it runs in the bloodline. That's the most important thing because people think they catch lupus. You can't catch lupus. Lupus is a genetic disease, just like diabetes, just like cancer, um, high blood pressure. Um, what else that's in the bloodline? That's genetics. Cancer is a genetic trait, all that stuff. That you cannot catch lupus. It has to be genetic in the bloodline. So um, my mom had a sister who had some that looked like it looked like it, I remember my aunt. It looked like it looked like impetigo. It looked, yeah, impetigo. It looked like that. It looked like she had been burnt, but it was actually she had psoriasis all over her body, and it was so bad that it was patchy, like she had been burnt, and or like she had impetigo, but it wasn't that. And my aunt organ shut down, and they told my grandmother, my mom's my mother, that my aunt died at 35. She had two children. Um, Her oldest son, the oldest, my cousin Dinky, he was 5 years old, and then his sister Lisa, she couldn't have been no more than 2 or 3 years old because she always tell me she don't remember her mama, but I remember my aunt. Cause I was a teenager when my aunt died, and they diagnosed her with cirrhosis of the liver. That's what they died. And my aunt didn't drink nor smoke, so I don't know where they got that from, but um, when I was diagnosed and I went to Dr. Pegram, Dr. Pegram asked me, did um, did I know if anybody in my family had the disease? And the first person I thought about was my aunt, because I remember my grandmother saying that, and my aunt died at home. They gave her up, so she died at home, and I never forget that. And they told my grandmother that my aunt had cirrhosis of the liver. And when they diagnosed me with it, I went and told my grandmother. I said, I don't think Leno had cirrhosis of the liver. And she said, why you say that, Shirley? Because that's what they call me, you know. I say, Leno Auntie Leno had cirrhosis of the liver. I say, cause she didn't drink nor smoke. And what women don't know is that when you get into your childbearing years, that's when if you have it, then it get active, you know, during your childbearing years, because that's what happened to me. Like after I had my first son, that's when the butterfly rash came on my face. Right after I had him, and then when I had my second one, it really became more evident. It would come and go, but it was on my face. And um, one time it got so bad, I went to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist just gave me some cream, some hydrocortisone cream, and it just took it away. But it ended up coming right back, like right after I had my youngest. It came back like when he was about 2 or 3 years old, and it just stayed there. So it never left after I had him until they started treating me for the disease, and then it just kind of disappeared, you know. And like I ain't seen it, ain't been on my face now for a couple of years. It's been some years since it's been on my face, but yeah. But when they start treating me for the disease is when the rash, that butterfly rash, went away. But yeah, she got an amazing story. I hope y'all go over there and listen to her story, because I think people, women, and I think that's what happened to that young lady, the Amanda show, her mom, um, you know, not being diagnosed properly. And we said that people die, they lose their life because they don't get the right treatment because of the disease, you know. And if you Google lupus, it ain't gonna tell you that it'll give you fibromyalgia. It's not gonna tell you that. If it's just gonna tell you the basic that it's an autoimmune disease. You get a rash, the butterfly rash. That's all it's gonna tell you. It's not gonna really go into detail about the disease. So, we did the panel because she doing awareness, and then I've been trying, because that's really what I started my YouTube channel for, to put out awareness about the disease. But when I found out that she had it, I went over there and I asked her how she was, how she was diagnosed, and she told me. We talked through her messaging me, and she told me how she was diagnosed. And I said, "Well, girl, we need to do a panel?" So she came. Me and her did the panel. It was another lady, Miss Kendra, Love Kendra. She was supposed to be with us, but um, she couldn't get StreamYards to work properly for her to pop on. And so, but she was in the chat, and she had an endometriosis infection. Ugh, y'all, this it's known now, but it's crazy. And I hope I can meet more people with the disease, and you know, do another panel where y'all could hear other people say and tell how they was diagnosed. Hispanic and blacks is in our genes. It's in our culture. So yeah. But we had a good time. I don't know if y'all Wednesday we did a grief panel, how to cope with grief. That was that lied out, y'all. Y'all, that live was almost 6 hours long, but we had fun. We encouraged people. A young lady that connected with me, um, a while back, Lasandra Fabulous Life. She connected with me a couple of months ago, and I kind of slowed down from doing my prayer because I'm trying to do other things, right? I'm trying to go back to my short talks. I'm trying to do put out positive stuff. So she came just before Thanksgiving and told me to pray for her father because her father had taken ill. Okay, well, I did just what she asked me to do, and when we did the grief panel Wednesday, she came into the live stream. Now, she uploaded the video of Thanksgiving, and I went over there and watched the video. And she had a whole family. Her dad was in the video. They were laughing and talking, and the food looked so good. I told her to FedEx me a plate, and can she put same day delivery so I can get my get my plate of food. So she came in Wednesday and told me that her dad passed December the 6th. That broke my heart. Yeah, that broke my heart to hear that, you know. And this thing with Kobe Bryant and them passengers and his daughter. Y'all, I watched, on the news, like uh, the daily news, we get that. And it come on, and they showed him coaching his daughter. That girl, oh my God, that baby. Mm, that baby had every bit of her daddy talent. Child, that girl ain't never missed the. I watched her play um, basketball, and every time she shot that ball, she hit that back. Girl, I say, Lord, this baby here, but that just break my heart, and I can only imagine what that family is going through. Kobe parents, that's hard, y'all, and you know, death is such a mystery. Death is a mystery, and what make it a mystery is because we don't know when we're gonna leave here. That's what that's what make it a mystery. We don't know when we're gonna leave here. We don't know how we're gonna leave here. We don't know that. We don't know how. And I'm so glad I'm almost through with my watch time, Lord. I'm so tired. Ooh, I'm so glad I'm almost through. Yeah, I might do a dance. I might cut a rug. I'm gonna come on live and cut a rug. I'm so glad I'm almost there. Lord Jesus, thank you. But yeah, she sure did. And his children was beautiful. There was some, and the oldest girl, she played volleyball. She was a star on the volleyball team. I watched that too. They showed it on that daily news. That's the name of it. They showed it on there, and I watched that. But that's horrible. It's horrible. So I'm spinning again. Am I spinning on my iPad? Am I buffering? I can't tell it because I can't tell. I don't know if I'm buffering or not. So I can't I can see it on my iPad, but I can't see it on here. Normally it'll tell me that it is the internet is disconnected, but it didn't tell me. But I seen my iPad turning, turning and going on. So I'm trying to see if I'm buffering. But yeah, that's sad, 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 sad. Hmm. That's heartbreaking, breaking to know that you know that baby gone at 13 years old. He got some beautiful girls. She had her daddy talent. She sure did. Every time they gave her the ball, hit it. She could hit it from half court. She was shooting them 3 pointers. I say, good God of me. She got her daddy talent. Bless her little heart. But it's just a sad day, y'all. Sad time for them, that family. I just pray that, that his wife and them children be all right. They'll never forget this. This will be etched in their mind forever. You know, um, ain't nobody never ready for death. Nobody. I don't know who he is. Yeah, I only know I only know one person in the Bible that didn't see death, and that was Enoch. He the only one that didn't see death. He went right on up to heaven, child. And I think he lived the longest. I think he lived. He was like, I want to say he's about 200 years old when God called him on to heaven, but he was the only one that didn't see death. So that's the only person I know that didn't see death. I don't know nobody else. I don't know nobody. And if people don't think that the devil is real, I don't know what to tell you, cause I just